What did you do?
I don't know what I did.
All right, hold on. Don't touch. No touchy.
Oh,
was
it was
me.
the pre-order cabinet that was
Oh,
set
yeah.
up.
I ruined the order. I forgot that this has an automatic transition. Well, hey, everybody. Good morning.
Hey, you're like, what happened?
Welcome to our technical flubs.
Yeah.
We have a new camera today, so hopefully that will pan out. It'll look good, and it will keep working. If it doesn't work, it's her fault.
Nope.
She's like, I always want new tech. Give me all the new tech. And I'm like, all right, Nicole, settle down. I'll give you the new tech.
You know he's full of it, right?
Just relax.
I mean, I like tech. It's why that's what attracted me to you, because
My sweet tech.
you're sweet TiVo.
My sweet TiVo. And my Sega Dreamcast.
Your Sega Dreamcast. Mm-hmm. It was like, I found him.
You found the one. Lucky you.
I know. I am very, very lucky. Hey, thanks for hanging out with us. I forgot to send out an email, but we still have 100 people here, even without an email.
Well, hot diggity. That's amazing.
We had a very late night last night. We went to the Jack White. Let me rephrase it. I went to the Jack White concert, and Mark went along with me.
I was there too. I sat with another guy at a table talking about how hard the floors are and how bad his back hurts. And I'm nursing a calf injury, an exercise injury.
Okay.
And it was really sore, so I needed to sit for a few minutes.
And
anyway.
And if for those of you that don't realize, I am a huge Jack White, White Stripes, Racketeers. Is that how you say it, Racketeers?
You say it all the time, so it must be right, Nicole.
It's probably wrong. But anyway, anything he does, I'm there. And he was at the factory, which is a very small venue, and I was like,
it's our favorite.
Oh my God. And I went down, and I'm going to call it the pit because it's a pit of people.
It's named after the orchestra pit, so that's why it has a name. But for a lot of people, the pit...
It's not the mosh pit.
It's got a connotation as like a bit of a violent place. It
can be. There were some people down there. I was going to say the B word. The guys are actually cool.
Yeah.
It's the girls that usually kind of give me.
You always got to watch the girls.
Yeah. So here I am. I left Mark.
This is why girls need their own woodworking classes, Nicole. Just a little throwback joke for you.
I left Mark behind, and I'm like feeling like I'm in my college days, and I'm weaving. I'm going.
You're like, I'm looking for my group.
I'm looking for my group.
Let me through.
We met the nicest people when we went. We normally don't talk to people.
Try not to.
Try not to.
Sometimes they talk to us.
If you've ever been to the factory, you know there's a place called the Hub next to it, and there's a High Point Burger, and there's a brewery, and it's just cool. It's a cool place. But they don't have many tables, so you end up having to kind of go European style and sit with people you don't know if you want to sit down and eat.
Is that European style?
Yeah.
Is that what happens in Europe? You have to eat with strangers?
Yes.
It's dumb.
I'm sure there's somebody in Europe that will verify this for me. Yes. You get to know, sit with people.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to Europe. Guess that's off the menu.
But I was up late. I was up till 1, and that's not good for my brain. Mm-hmm. But I had to come down off of it. I was just so pumped up, and so I got the show notes done. I was like, yeah, I'm going to get the show notes done, and I forgot to send the email out. So I do apologize if you're missing that. But we have a lot of great stuff for the show. In fact, what's one of the first things I do is I say thank you, because that's what you do in Missouri.
In Europe too, Nicole.
In Europe too.
But you have to say it when they're sitting next to you.
So these are YouTube members that have been with us for roughly 40 months.
Wow.
Saltnut 55MC. Or Sailnut, not Salt.
Sailnut Mick.
Yeah.
Can I read these so we can go fast?
I feel like it's like a rapper's name.
It may be. Can I read these?
Yeah, you can read them.
Edward Lankow, Brian Mundy, Randy Flores, Richard Remillard, Michael Seibenkittel, Jazz Cats Schatz, Wow.
I love that name.
Ernie Bean, Gregory Duffy, Gerald Compton, and Ron Snipes.
So, thank you. Thank you, YouTube members. We put posts out every Wednesday for questions, and none of you take us up on it.
Yeah, YouTube isn't as active, but
It's
we've
okay.
talked about this.
It's
It's
okay.
different, different
But
style communities.
I'm wondering if some of these people watch these thank yous and they go, "Oh, I'm still doing that. I better go cancel it."
Let me call my credit card company. Put an end to that real fast. That's happened on Wood Talk. Wood Talk's been
yeah.
around for so long. We have people who have been donating for 10 plus years.
Right.
And it just keeps coming in.
Yeah.
And then we email them once in a while and like, you sure you mean to do this? Like, this is on purpose. Oh, yeah, it's
You
fine.
mean to do it?
I don't like when it just kind of is
Sure.
that trailing subscription.
Sure. Let's see. Today's April 4th. Today's my father's, who has passed. He passed in 2018. Today's his birthday.
I didn't know that.
So
I guess I didn't pay much attention.
it's a happy.
But I didn't realize he was also a April birthday
He was an
person.
A-
You know,
yeah,
we're
April
April
4th.
birthday
Yeah.
kids.
April 15th,
Later on this month.
April 23rd. Yeah, my dad, April 4th. So happy heavenly birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday.
But it is also Tell a Lie Day. So did I tell you the truth?
Well, that's easy. Let me tell you about this new product you guys should buy.
It is. It says right here. Today is National Tell a Lie Day.
Okay.
Who thought of that?
I don't know, but let's show some artwork.
All right. Oh, yes. So as you know, we are big fans of David Marks. And I did not realize that he had a store.
Yeah.
We were watching on one of our watch-alongs that we do with the guild members every Wednesday. We were doing a David Marks video. Look at that. Isn't that amazing?
Oops, there's our lights.
He also had cards, but they had sold out of them. So instead...
We should put this on the shop wall.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah. It's kind of shiny.
There's not a shop wall, though.
I know it's not. I was telling a lie.
Yeah, this is Tell a Lie Day. We just did it.
And then these are, you can't see this one. Oh,
The
this
green.
one has green in it. But these are all patinas. So this one's called Cosmos. It's genuine silver leaf, copper leaf, and 22 karat gold leaf gilded into a background of cobalt blue Japan paints.
Man, David does some nice stuff.
He does.
Beautiful.
And you can, so if you go to DJ Marks and go underneath the shop category, you can see these. And I wish he had these as prints, but he doesn't. The only print he sold was the one that Mark showed, which is still beautiful. And
Nice.
so yeah, I like
Good deal.
I like owning little pieces of people.
Whoa.
Is that weird?
It's a little scary.
Well, like they're what they create, what they make.
Okay, you should clarify that.
Okay.
I like owning little pieces of people.
We're in a fun mood. I'm in a fun mood just because that concert was just so amazing. I won't talk about it anymore.
Good. All right.
Do you know what?
Uh-huh.
A friend of ours, Aaron Olson,
Yeah.
he wanted to rub it in our face. He's in Costa Rica wearing your t-shirt
Oh, look at him.
and his daughter.
It would a baby child.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so
Well,
he
he's
shared
sporting
that.
the shirt.
He shared that with us. You can buy that shirt.
Well, thanks,
Not
man.
right now. I think
Not
they're-
right now. Nicole's not working right now.
Your
you can't
mom
buy
is
'em.
out of town.
Let's blame my mom. Good job.
She's watching. I'm sure she's watching right now. But thanks for sharing that with us, Aaron. I that made one of my days.
Yeah, that's awesome.
A lot of days are.
So you got a little note here about the Woodcraft in St. Louis
Oh,
is
yeah,
doing
yeah.
a tool swap and
Yes.
shop. So if you're
I
in
know.
the St. Louis area,
Yeah.
I don't
It
know if
might
this
be-
is other.
Check your local
I was going to say it
Woodcraft.
could be other Woodcrafts as well. A swap and shop Saturday, April 27th from 11 to 3.
And they're doing down here. You can see they're doing a bunch of. There's a 15% off store-wide sale that's happening April 4th through 7th.
What is the nature of the swap and shop?
I don't know, but
me see.
I
Let me see
really
that.
want to know. It doesn't really say much about it. It's like, if you brought like one of your tools,
It implies that I could sell if I wanted to sell some stuff, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Swap and shop. Well, you can shop their inventory.
You can swap money for things that they sell. That might not be.
I'm thinking you can buy their stuff.
Yeah.
Or maybe you could buy the tool.
It's just when it's a retailer like this, unless
Yeah.
it's a publicly involved thing, how do you have a swap and shop?
Yeah.
So it's got to be.
And I bet you it'll be outside.
I'll tell you what, we should have gotten that answer before telling people about
I know,
this.
but I'm fascinated by it. I want to know more about it.
Yeah.
And maybe they're watching. Who knows? I don't know. But if you're in the St. Louis,
interesting.
Maryland Heights area, April 27th is when they're doing this tool swap and shop. It makes me think of like flea markets where you go and you have your tools and you're like, hey, I got a pair of pliers. Do you need a hammer?
Yeah, but you would think there would also be some kind of notification about like how you could join.
It's probably on the website.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
I'll put it in the show notes.
Let's figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
All right. Should we get into our updates?
He said it's actually Sunday, April 27th. There's a mistake in the flyer. David K., you better not be lying to me. Everybody's in the chat. It's going to be April 20th. It says Saturday. Is Saturday, because it says Saturday, April 27th. Is it a Saturday or a Sunday on April 27th?
I don't know.
It's a Sunday.
So they have a misprint?
It's a misprint.
Oh, wonderful.
So that they lied to us.
Well, there you go. Well, look, if anyone's interested, you'll figure this all out. Go look it up. Go make sure you got the right day.
Go reach out to Woodcraft locally. Who knows?
Yikes.
Thanks, David.
That's a boo-boo. But what are you going to do?
That's a boo-boo. Hey, I've been known to do boo-boos.
I had to double check because I wasn't sure if it was your boo-boo or their boo-boo.
It's their boo-boo.
It's a whole lot of boo-booing going on.
That's definitely not my boo-boo.
Okay, so we had a release of a video recently. Did you know I still make videos?
Yeah, you do. And by the way, this is the Woodworking Morning Show, and I'm Nicole.
It's really pointless.
And he's
at
Mark.
this point.
We're
into it.
We did the intro. I always forget.
So if you're on a tight budget and you have maybe a small space and not a lot of material, I built a workbench that might suit your needs, and that's what the video is about.
I actually here's a picture of the tiny bench.
There it is in the grass. You know how annoying that was to get into the grass?
Was it heavy?
Let me tell you, it's not that it's heavy.
It's
awkward?
Just
the grass in that area is really like no one walks on it. So it's very fluffy.
I'm not even.
It's just by the trailer.
It's by the side of the shot. There I see the trailer.
Yeah, so that was an annoying shot to get, but anyway.
And there's the work above. The SketchUp.
Yep. So there's a inexpensive plan available as well. Just a very simple little bench. This is not the end all be all workbench. It is a kind of a starter workbench that would be with you for a while, but you wouldn't need to upgrade for quite some time. But you might upgrade at some point.
Is Andy's? I'm making sure I have my mic on. Is Andy's discount still going on?
I think today might be the last day. He said let's give it a week, and that would be today would be 1 week. So yeah, there's I believe a 20% off discount. Making sure I don't get my discounts confused. I think it's Wood Whisper 20 at Andy's website for the twin turbo vise. If you want to get that, that's the thing that's kind of it doesn't fit the bench in a sense of like this was meant to be a budget friendly quick bench. That vise costs more than like all the materials in the bench. So if you want to really trick it out,
look really cool.
But I say this in the video that vices can make or break your workbench experience. So it isn't a bad idea to splurge if you're going to splurge a little bit on the work holding because that's how you use the bench, right? So anyway, fun little video. Go check it out if you're interested in that.
Yeah, I put a link. I'll put a link in the show notes as well. I get my show notes done pretty quick now.
My glasses are disappearing when I turn my head. Oh, because it's getting the green. Like this? Weird. Okay, another release. Well, go ahead.
I just wanted to say that today is also Ramen Day. We should probably let Ava know that it's National Ramen Day.
It's like every day is Ramen Day for Ava.
She loves ramen so much. She even has a ramen t-shirt.
So. We got a new Wood Talk episode out, so we even answered that question on the show. I think last week someone asked about when are we going to do new Wood Talks, and we did one. So that's out. You can go find out why the title was Woodworking Blue Balls. So I'm not going to say.
I'll put a link in the chat and the show notes for the Wood Talk.
Yeah, I'm not going to say who it was, but we are in a conversation with a potential sponsor, and I had a conversation with a woman about the show, and she said, "Hey, I'm big fan of the show. Been listening for a long time." She goes, "I like most of the jokes." And I'm like, I get it, sister. I understand. I also like most of the jokes.
Most of the jokes. So.
Do you know that we have now, I believe, about 10 episodes of Wood Talk that have the word balls in the title? I looked that up live on the show.
You just want to make your son laugh. It's okay.
It's my only goal.
It's totally.
If it's not making you laugh, it's making him laugh.
Can I show my lost treasure?
If you must.
Because I teased about it in the story. I was like, "What's in the box?
Is it good? Is it interesting?
What's in the box?"
It's a booger.
Will you be able to zoom in on it? Because it's tiny.
Maybe.
It's tiny. I'll just say I don't remember where I got it, who I got it from. We've been given a lot of gifts over the years, and unfortunately, the memory isn't memory. So I found this.
What did you just say?
Like memory.
Nicole, what the?
How
is that word?
I made a word up. I just made
Here, hold on. Follow my finger. we better check. You okay?
I'm still punchy. But someone sent me or made it for me. I don't know, but
may I?
Yeah, go for it. I don't know if
it's a little like
it's a little chain.
It's almost like a locket, but it's not really a locket. I don't think there's any way people are really going to see what's happening here. No, anyway, that side says
you showed me how it zooms in.
I love my wood whisperer. And then on the other side, I'm trying to twist it, and it's not spinning. It's got a picture of me.
It's you, like old you, like 2007 you.
Well, young me.
Yeah.
Well, that is amazing. And I don't know why you're not wearing that all the time. My gosh.
I love my wood whisperer.
Someone went through that effort, and you disrespect it by keeping it in a box?
Well, I just found it. And I was like...
Oh, that's the reason why you misplaced it.
Well...
That's why you're not wearing it?
So I have doom piles. It happens. And I'm currently going through my doom pile of jewelry and makeup.
Yeah.
And I found it in that pile. And I'm trying to get better about being organized. So, okay. But I just thought
I'd like to see it. I love it.
If you sent this to me,
that's a long time ago.
It's right? A very long time ago. It wouldn't have been the kids.
It's hilarious.
So it almost looks like someone made it too. Like is that epoxy?
It looks like it might be a resin.
Yeah.
Okay, nobody can see this. Okay. So.
Sorry. I was trying to show you.
It's.
I'll take a picture of it.
The camera doesn't work that well for small, teeny tiny things. But if you have
questions in the chat. We have preloaded questions from Patreon and YouTube, but we are more than happy to answer any questions that you have in the chat, and I will set those aside and ask them at an appropriate time when he is not talking.
Mm-hmm. You can still pre-order, by the way, the table saw cabinet that's coming out in the Guild. That course comes out April 11th.
That's right around the
corner. We got a question from Russell, and this relates to that. He says, once the course goes live, I'm assuming that I can get into it and view when I have the time. I'm not limited to any specific times, etc. That was a question. Also, can I view any of the episodes more than once? According to the wife, my boss, I sometimes need more than one go at some things. So this is a great question. If you're not familiar with how Guild courses work, when you purchase a course, you own it. You own it for the life of the website. So you can go in at any time and watch it. And it's a self-driven sort of pace thing. You do what you want. The videos are there. The plans are there. The community is there. You go in when you have time.
Can I tell you that the people that signed up for my hand tool drip campaign, we're getting close to the end.
Oh, good.
And
is it 6 months already? Cool.
I do it. I send them out every 5 days.
Yeah.
I've had a few drop off, but what I'm going to do is if you get to the end of this drip campaign, and you can join this drip campaign at any time to watch all of the 23 videos that Frank Straza has made for this intro to hand tool woodworking. I've asked Frank, I said, hey, would you be willing to sign a certificate of completion if they get to the end of this course? And he said, yeah, sure. So, little surprise, not surprise, if you get to the end of the drip campaign, you get a really cool certificate that you can print off and hang up in your shop and
That's
say,
cool.
I did this. And I'm going to be doing this for all courses from now on. And
really?
It's going to take me a while.
Sure.
Because it took me a long time to get through Frank's. I signed up for it myself. So when I would get the notice, I'm like, oh crap, I better do some more. Because I didn't get them all done at the same time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a way for you to kind of go through the course. And I'm thinking every 5 days. I did a survey, and they were like 3-5 days. One guy said every month, and I was like, 23.
Too long of a commitment.
23 months. That's a long time. I want you to kind of get these, and then you can set them aside and all that. Blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. So you talk now.
Okay, but are we getting through all this crap that's in the intro here? Or you still have things we missed?
Would you not say crap?
That's
not cool.
That's my style.
That's not cool.
Do you want to get through it though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so we want you to go listen to we've talked about them before, the Workshop Therapy podcast.
Andrew and Tamara.
Nicole was on that podcast, and I haven't listened to that episode yet, but I'm sure it's going to be great.
I'm going to tell you this. It's 2 hours long.
Somebody mowing the lawn?
Somebody is mowing the lawn.
There goes the dogs.
When I feel I feel really, really, really good. And when I feel good, I'm a chatty Kathy.
Really? I didn't know this about you, Nicole.
So I told Andrew, and I was like,
get ready.
I'm sorry if I take over your show.
Yeah.
But I have a link to the Workshop Therapy podcast. We talk about a ton of stuff, and the way my brain works is like one thing will make me think of another thing, and then I gotta finish that thing to come back to the other thing.
Sure.
So
very important question from MKE Gadgets here.
Yeah. Where did I get this amazing sweater? I don't remember. It's so old, I have no idea.
She has a fine collection of sweaters. You should see them all.
I love MKE.
Okay, can I get into my mini review?
Yeah. You have a mini review?
So I wanted to show you guys.
Yeah.
WorkTunes.
We talked about this last time.
Yeah, 3M WorkTunes comes up a lot. Folks ask about just good, reliable earmuffs that have, good protection, but also decent sound quality. And my go-to are the 3M WorkTunes. So they're usually like the kind of oval-shaped black ones, rechargeable Bluetooth, and they work pretty good. Recently, though, the pair that I have, and they are years old, like I've gotten my use out of them, so I'm not upset about it, but they've started to drop the Bluetooth connection periodically, and it drops it and reconnects, and drops it and reconnects, and it's driving me nuts.
That's not fun.
No. So I looked at my wall of earmuffs, and I have one because I like to experiment with these things, so I have a whole bunch of earmuffs. And I saw these, and I tried to remember why I have them. There was a point in time where I wanted to test all of the awareness style earmuffs that they have now. So there's a lot of them that come with a microphone, and the microphone is intended to hear things that are going on around you, but selectively lock out the things you shouldn't hear.
Can you use it on a phone if it's a microphone?
Oh yeah, well they'll do all the same things that like a Bluetooth headset would normally do. So you have all the ability to answer phone calls and things like that. So what I wanted to do was first of all, I tried to remind myself why I bought them. I was going to do reviews on all these things. I just never got to it. So this is the 3M, what's the actual name? It's not the WorkTunes. It's Pro Connect. 3M Pro Connect.
And you misspelled Bluetooth. It's
okay.
I copied that.
Bluetooth. These are right now on Amazon. They're $77. So what makes these different? Well, first of all, compared to the old WorkTunes that I have, they went from a 23 decibel noise reduction to 26. So it's pretty significant. They come stock with the gel ear cups, and the gel ear cups are something I always recommend folks get on the other ones. If they don't come with them, upgrade to them. It's so much more comfortable. And what makes these unique now is that they have this little button that you could press that adjusts how much that microphone pulls in. So let's say you're working around other people and you have power tools going, but you still want to hear voices. Or if you're on a job site and someone says, hey, there's a steel thing that's going to fall on your head, you might want to move. It's nice to be able to hear that person. So you could push this button and it just says 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have different levels
6,
of
7,
how much of that noise it lets in.
How high does it go?
I think it goes to 4 maybe, and then blocks out the rest of the noise. So if you don't want that feature, you just put it on 1 and it just works like any other set of headphones. So anyway, I really like these. Now this is going to be either a deal breaker or a game changer for some people. It's not rechargeable, but I have tons of these Eneloop rechargeable batteries in my shop that I use for other electronics, and I've been using the same batteries for years. I don't mind this because I've always got a fresh set of these rechargeables. Some people will not like this because they want to just plug it in and recharge. But I don't know about you guys, how many times have you had your headset go dead and then you still want to use it, so you have to charge it, but you can't use it while it's charging? That's the advantage of this. You just grab the new batteries and go. So whether you're using like true new batteries or rechargeables, either way, whatever gets the job done. So this is going to be a big recommend for me. I think this is going to be my new daily driver.
When did you get those?
I got them a long time ago. It's in my Amazon purchase history.
Okay.
But I bought them last year when I was going to be comparing a whole bunch of these. Again, it's an awareness feature that I think IsoTunes has a version of them that are incredibly uncomfortable. They really are. They're not comfortable at all. There's what's the other one?
Oh.
A lot of these companies are for like shooting ranges where you still want situational awareness, but you want protection from loud bangs. So that's a recommend from me.
Speaking of Amazon, if you do not follow Mark on Instagram, or maybe you do and you just didn't get the post, it was their big spring sale, and they gave us, I was mistaken. In the past, they had given us 2 $500 gift cards to give away. Mm-hmm. This one's a little less, but still it's $150. $150 to 2 different people. It is still going on. It is quite a bit less, but I could do some damage on
it's free money.
I mean, if I give you,
you can get almost 2 of these for that gift card. It's $77.
And if you tell me you don't do Instagram, I'm sorry. That's their rules, not my rules. So I will put a link. You just have to go to Instagram.com/woodwhisperer. And I think it's like the 3rd. You know what? I'll just pin it. I'm just going to pin it. How about that? Can I pin it?
I don't know.
There should be a way to pin it. Anyway, but it's like the 3rd one in. Like you did a maker pad, like little reel. And is that for the cabinet?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's just, you can't miss Oreo. He's in the middle of it.
And center.
He's front and center. And the details of how to enter. Basically, you just need to make a comment, say giveaway, and I'll send you the link to our Amazon store. And that's what they're just doing.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes these giveaways, especially on social media, they can get kind of annoying. But this is just free money.
Yeah.
Like we've done this many, many times,
This
and
is
it
our
literally,
5th time.
It's free money.
And whenever I give it to the person, they're like, "Are you serious? I cannot believe this is legit."
You just get a gift card and you get to do some shopping.
Yep, you get a gift card and it's done.
All right.
So head on over to Mark's Instagram and try to get some free money. It's honestly, the odds are pretty good because there's only
Instagram hates us now.
There's only like 100 some odd entries in it. It says 200, but it also, that includes my responses because I have it set up to do like an auto response, like, hey, check your DM.
Yeah.
So there's really like only 100 people signed up for it now.
Real good chances.
So.
Raphael wrote in.
Raphael!
So this was old, I guess?
This is so old, and I feel terrible that it's so old. And in fact, I even made a picture. I took a picture. What did I see? This is what happens when you stay up at 1 a.m. in the morning. I have a picture of his. So you go ahead and talk, and I'll see if I can find it.
All right. So he wrote in and said, thanks for a good call this morning, way back when, on a live show. Your comment reminded me of something I would like to share with you. A sister of my wife asked me to make a blanket rack for her, so I immediately remembered the quilt rack that you made. He's talking about Nicole's quilt rack that you made in Mark's shop. And then I was inspired by your project to make mine. In this project, I figured that pass-through tenons made of contrasting wood species would look nice, and they did. The rack is made from maple, and the tenons are made of walnut. Here's the link to my Instagram reel if you care to take a look. You could also just share that link.
Yeah, I'll share the link.
Make it easier on yourself.
Yeah, I'll make it.
This project was made before I purchased my Festool domino in Mark's Amazon store, so I made the mortise and tenons. Maybe this project can be shown in the next guild meeting and let people know that your projects can be as inspiring as Mark's.
And every guild meeting, Raphael is so sweet and so kind, and he's like, "Hey, were you gonna show my quilt rack?" And I was like,
keep forgetting.
I keep forgetting. So I figure, Raphael, I would give you a bigger audience and show it on the morning show, definitely appreciate. See, there it is, right there. I'm showing it to you right here.
Yeah.
So,
cool. I like this comment from David is great. Glad to see Wood Talks back this week. I got so desperate I started listening to Lumber Update. Can't wait for the next Wood Talk in September. Double jokes today from David.
Oh, see, it's he's lying. It's National Lie Day, so.
No, he's not lying. I think it's all very truthful. By the way, shout out to my buddy Shannon. If you are into learning more about wood species, the wood industry, things like that.
He's a wood nerd.
Shannon has the Lumber Industry Update, and it's a very good show that I do not listen to.
Aww.
But it's nothing against Shannon. I just don't care that much.
Update on
That's okay. But anyway, go listen to it because Shannon he does a great job. He's extremely knowledgeable.
Another question?
I have our questions that are pre-made here.
Go ahead and
All right, so some questions. Dennis Miko says, have you made anything with lights in them, like frames, boxes, lamps, cabinets? Trying to think back. I haven't done a lot with lights. I know, of course, the desk I made for the gaming desks have LEDs in them, like an LED strip. But outside of that, I haven't really gotten heavy into lighting. That's a very interesting thing. It's just something, a lot of times with lights, it comes down to built-ins and things that are kind of permanent structures where you would have lights.
You did some really cool lights in the garage. Like you were like on fire.
Yeah, but those are like house lights, ceiling lights.
They look like strips.
What he's talking about is like decorative lighting for furniture and things like that. So I just haven't delved that much into it.
You did some lighting for the RGBTQ desk.
I know, I just said that.
Oh, sorry.
So the other thing is the vanity. There was like a lighting component to that, but it was built into the mirror, so I didn't get to... The thing with... Oh, you know what I did? The frame. The movie poster frame was one that I had some lights in that.
Yeah.
Lights just kind of make me nervous because they generate heat. They don't last forever. And you have to I always think about well, what if I need to replace it? So I always kind of balk when it comes time to put lights into a project. But that's probably a me problem. Jesus Rodriguez asked, I usually use Type-On 2 for my projects. It works great, but I find it difficult to clean once it dries in tight corners. Is there another Type-On variant or maybe a different brand that you'd recommend that's easier to clean? Okay, so first things first. Don't let it dry in the corners, right? That's actually never a problem for me, and that's not me bragging. It's just that I'm diligent about making sure I clean that stuff out because it sucks to clean it out afterwards. Doesn't matter what brand it is, it's always going to suck. So don't do it. Clean it up, get a chisel or a scraper or a wet rag or a wet toothbrush, whatever it takes. Get in the corner, clean that up, and then you'll have to do a little sanding afterwards to smooth it out, but you shouldn't have to worry about chipping away, chunks of glue. And I will recommend, if you said Type-On 2 and you mentioned all your projects, you don't always need Type-On 2. You don't need water resistance all the time. So for an interior project, you might look at something like hide glue. So I have a link, Nicole, if you want to put that in the chat room,
Ooh, you got a link
to
for
Type-On's liquid hide glue. I use this all the time. I love it. You can actually wipe that away with water. Worst case scenario, a little bit of water on there will soften it up and you can kind of pry it away. So it is a little bit different than your regular PVA glues. highly recommend that. But most importantly, clean it up, clean the squeeze out up, and this way it won't be a problem.
Hey, Mike said, thank you for your live shows. I enjoy listening to you guys while I work.
Oh, cool. Well, I enjoy talking at you, Mike.
What he means is while I avoid work.
I think you could listen and get work done. You know, keep it cash. Yeah, it's Friday.
I just remember when we both Mark and I used to work in corporate scenarios.
Yeah.
And you spent a lot of time doing woodworking.
Well, which job are we talking about?
Chemicon.
Oh, yeah. Well, when I was in a cubicle,
yeah.
I had a stack of woodworking magazines. When I would do woodworking stuff at the other job, when I was actually like in the lab, I would get in trouble.
Yeah.
My boss would come around and I would have like a woodworking site up on the browser, and I was
She's like,
I wasn't doing anything.
Ticks.
That's not mine, I swear. But you can see where I ended up. I said, well, screw that. I'm just going to do that for a living.
I'm just going to do woodworking for forever now.
Okay, Richard wrote in, said, I noticed that your tour mech is in your shop in a recent shop tour video. Do you use it much? It doesn't look like it, as your leather honing wheel looks brand new. What's your favorite method for sharpening your chisels if it's not the tour mech? Okay, so I also have a link for this.
I see it.
I use Shapton Waterstones. They're my favorites. I also use some DMT diamond stones for some of the coarser operations, but the thing is with sharpening, I say this all the time, once you get into a system, marry it, stick with it, you're going to get good results. You start checking all these other ones out and you wind up being like mediocre at using all of them instead of good at using one of them. The Tormec is a self-contained, all-in-one solution. It will do everything you need it to do. I have one, I just don't use it that often. I do use the wet wheel. I don't typically use the leather honing wheel very often, which is why it looks brand new. So I still use it once in a while as I experiment and try different things. Sometimes it's just nice to have something that's like a grinder, but not as aggressive as a grinder. So I will use it periodically. But for me personally, I like to use a simple guide and some water stones, and that's my happy place when it comes to sharpening. So Nicole has a link to a Shapton Waterstone set that will get you started. I think it's like $170 or something like that. It's not cheap.
For now.
But man, especially as a hobbyist, those Shaptons will outlive you unless you drop them. Then you might have a problem.
Yeah, because they will break, right?
They will break.
A few questions that have come in. Since you were just talking about hide glue, I want to get close. Liquid Rock says, how does Titebond hide glue compare against traditional hide glue?
Yeah.
So like the ones that you put in the pots, right? Mm-hmm. The hot tub. Hot
tub of glue. They do need to be heated, right? Traditional hide glues have to be heated, so it's a lot messier. It's a lot more cumbersome to use. And honestly, that process is a turnoff for a lot of people, which is why liquid hide glue is a lot more fun. It's liquid at room temperature and has a lot of the same properties. Now, how it compares in terms of like bond strength or releasing a bond, I haven't done any kind of comparisons or anything like that, but it does share a lot of the same properties.
That's what you do.
Yeah, it shares a lot of the same properties, and I think you'll be fine using either one. Obviously, the hot hide glue is a little bit more natural, and the shelf-stable ones are going to have stuff added to it that makes it liquid at room temperature. What that stuff is, I haven't really looked into, but I still like the convenience of the liquid hide glue. It's kind of the best of both worlds.
Best of both worlds.
I don't know what that is.
It's a Van Halen song.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
You're an old lady.
Tommaso, Mark, have you ever considered going back and redoing old projects to show?
Nicole out in the pit last night. Oh, does anybody have any CBD ointment? Oh, my legs.
It was nothing but Gen X in this crowd, and we're all, towards the end, you can all just see people doing the twist.
These concerts that we go to are so great because it's just a room full of people who used to be cool.
I'm still cool.
The best part of it is I've never been cool, so I don't have any of that like angst about it. But you go, yeah, look at that guy. That guy was probably really cool.
There was a lot of guys that I'm like, he's still cool. Like they got their band jackets on.
See, they have a merch table. What they should have is like a table with things like Bengay and herbal teas. And it's, $5 for 5 minutes in a massage chair. Like, you really want to make money at these shows, that's what you do. Don't have beer and hot dogs.
Owner of the factory, you better listen to us.
You don't need beer and hot dogs. You need coffee and a little bit of dessert. Something nice, a little bit sweet. It's good.
It would be nice that they would have coffee, right? You were a little upset by that.
No, I don't want coffee at night. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Sorry for the diversion there.
Yeah, that's what we do here.
John Popovich.
John!
What are your thoughts on a Moxon vise being at the end of a bench? I will also have a leg vise. Not sure that I really need an end vise, so really considering the Moxon vise instead. I think it's great, John. Moxons are awesome. You could definitely put it in an end vise position, use the leg vise, and see how it goes. If you don't need an additional vise, then you don't need one. Only you can answer that question.
Does a Moxon have moxie?
It's definitely got a lot of moxie.
Yeah.
They're beautiful. They're fun to use, and they look pretty cool. They can also be kind of portable, so you don't have to commit to it being on your bench full time. You can kind of just make a little movable thing that you put on your bench when you need it. But I've got the hardware for a Moxon vise, and one of these days, gosh darn it, I'm going to build one. And I just haven't had a chance to.
One of these days.
One of these days.
All right. I think I figured it out.
Oh, there you go.
There is Raphael's blanket chest.
Beautiful.
Someone said, "Did I miss it? Did I miss it?"
Hold on. I make sure our audio is still working.
Yeah, I think it still works.
Good deal. That's beautiful. I love the names on them too.
So Briar, you did miss it because I couldn't get the silly picture up. I took a screen. So the Instagram that Raphael sent me is like a whole video montage of how he built it.
Sure.
And I screen capped that.
Beautiful.
The final. So
look at that.
There you go. There you go. It looks great.
Awesome. I interrupted you. Were you asking Tommaso's question at that time?
Yeah, you were.
When I decided
it was Tommaso.
My dumb joke was more important than Tommaso's question.
Here we go. Tommaso, have you ever considered going back and redoing old projects to show how you would do it now with your improved skills and methods? Let's just say we're assuming he has improved skills and methods.
A lot of assumptions, Tommaso. I mean, have I really gotten better? I don't think so. I've talked about that so many times.
Yeah.
About how the teaching, the pursuit of content, having a business that surrounds social media and content development is a real damper on my skill level in terms of not allowing me to really push myself to become better at woodworking. And it's something that's just kind of the path we chose, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
But I don't improve that much over time because I don't spend time practicing. You only get better if you practice, and it makes it real tough.
Did you find that you, as you did the classes, the barstool classes, I felt like that was kind of a cool process for you.
Because it's something I don't get a chance to do. It's revisiting a design
over and over and over again.
Even though they weren't prototypes, it is kind of like prototyping.
Yeah.
And experiencing, not just the project getting better, but the experience, the teaching experience and the learning experience getting better, which now will culminate in a final course that I make around it. But yeah, that was an interesting process. And it gets me to the point where I'm still not 100% happy with that design.
I love it.
And I want to get at it again.
Where I love it.
Yeah, she's like, great. It's fine. Send it. But the problem is, it's that iterative kind of process that I never get the chance to do. And that was really fun. So to answer Tommaso's question, I've done that, I think, once or twice. I've revisited a design and improved it and tried to make it better with current methods. And while I have improved a little bit, I think my eye for design has definitely gotten a little bit better, even though I still find it very frustrating. So yeah, it's something I would like to definitely do. I just got to be ready to rip apart my own stuff and just be like, this is hot garbage. Like, we got a couple pieces in the shop, if you ever tour the shop, where I will tell you, this is pre-Wood Whisperer, this is hot garbage, but we can't get rid of it because it's like,
it's a legacy.
It represents a period of time in my learning. So we keep it there, but it's on display as if it's like, hey, look at this. And I'm like, just don't look at it. Maybe walk by it, brush up against it.
Look at it and
just don't look at it too long.
Let it make you feel better about your woodworking.
Yeah, this is the starting point, and you can only go up from here.
You got to start somewhere. And that's in anything. whatever you do, like, that's why I keep trying to tell the kids, you're gonna be bad or not that great at when you first start doing something.
Unless you're really lucky, you're going to be pretty bad at something when you start.
But I feel like, especially kids today, with all the influencers, and they make them feel like they have to like be good right away.
Yeah.
And you don't.
Right.
You just got to keep trying and keep experimenting and...
Well, and I also think the scale on what's good anymore is a little bit tricky, because a lot of times you see what rises to the top and you assume I need to be that good to produce good things. And that's not true. We have a wide range of people in this chat room alone that represent a ton of different skill levels.
Yeah.
And everybody's getting gratification out of the work. And I just think woodworking is more of a game of golf, in the sense that you're competing against your last best score and you want to get better for yourself. Don't compare yourself to what everybody else is doing, and that's the social media trap that a lot of us get into, is we compare ourselves.
Run your own race.
Yeah.
That was advice from William Shatner. Was it William Shatner?
No.
No, William Shatner.
It was a William Shatner interview
with
Tim Allen.
Tim Allen.
Yeah, and it was about running your own race.
Because he's into like race cars or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, run your own race. Try to run your own race. Put your metrics against yourself, not somebody else.
Let's get to Scott's question.
Hey, yeah, sure. I got questions I'm collecting as we're going through too.
Okay, this one will be quick, unless you want to answer it. Then it might take a little bit longer. You are still allowing people to stop at your shop? Reason is, in the beginning of June, I know it's a ways out. I'll be in St. Louis at DICON and notice the shop isn't that far away.
What's DICON?
I don't know.
I gotta look this up now. Sounds like a really cool con.
Yep, sounds like what? I mean, literally, is it like a D&D kind of thing?
It probably is.
Or is it like Tool and Die?
Like,
much less fun.
Or maybe like crematorium.
Well, I don't know about that. Yeah, you think that's like a
what's a DICON?
Like people who run funeral homes? Right. Is that where they meet every year at the DICON?
At the DICON.
That could be. You never know.
I'm gonna look it up though. Now I'm gonna look it up.
Okay.
Because now I gotta know.
So anyway, you want to answer this question? Is it just about shop visitors?
All right. So if you're visiting at the beginning of the June, no, because we will not be here. We will be in Montana. Filming a guild course with Alex.
Mm-hmm. I just thought more in general. We can answer his email.
Yes, yeah.
If people want to visit the shop.
If you want to visit the shop, yes, you can visit the shop. I just beg you, don't just stop in, because sometimes we won't be there. Especially because he likes to cut out at around 3 o'clock to get a workout. And for me, it's a toss-up. So your best bet is to email me directly, Nicole@thewoodwhisperer.com.
Set something up.
And we can set something up, and I can make sure that we're here. I felt terrible because last week I said we were going to be selling Girl Scout cookies from 10 until 3. And I don't know what I was on, because I overestimated the ability of little 9-year-old girls to stick around.
Do you remember when you said that? And I said 10 to 3. I'm like, what are you smoking? And you're like, that's what we're doing. Uh-huh.
And I felt so bad.
You're pretty optimistic.
Because they were like, Mom, we're done. And it was noon. They're like, we're hungry. And and it became a whole thing. So we did sell some cookies, and I still have cookies. So if you would like to, I'm trying to get, the weather's been really rainy.
Yeah. Rainy, windy, tornado-y.
I still have a crap load of Thin Mints, Samoas. I have them all except the stupid Lemon Ups. I even have a s'mores left. I had one lady come by and buy almost all my s'mores.
Nice.
But anyway, email me directly, Nicole@thewoodwhisperer.com. And that's spelled properly, Nicole. Okay? That's the proper way.
Yeah. The thing to remember too, if you just stop by, it is a little bit challenging because when people stop by, we want to give them a good experience and we want to give you some of our time. If you just stop by, chances are we're working.
Yeah.
And being interrupted from work is never fun. Especially when I'm probably in the middle of something, but then I feel bad. I feel bad because I'm not giving this person my undivided attention.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So I want you to have a good experience.
We love visitors. And,
well, that's a little excessive, Nicole.
all right.
I'm just kidding.
We like visitors.
We love visitors. On schedule. Visitors.
Scheduled
like
time.
Scheduled times.
Yeah. Because we're people. We have kids to pick up at school and...
Tomasa says you buy the Jack White brand of ibuprofen. It says no name brand on it.
So his latest album, which I did get, I didn't bring it down. They had an album for sale, and I was really excited because I have an album collection.
How is it that the album, with all the T-shirts and posters, the album was the cheapest thing on the wall?
It was the cheapest thing.
How is that?
I don't know.
It's like the most tangible, usable
and it's
thing.
The full album. I thought it might have been just like a single or something like that, but like no, it was the full album.
Okie doke.
How much was it?
Like $25.
$25. When I go into stores now, like Walmart, I can't find an album for less than $30, and they're usually $40. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, what?
Can I take a drop back to the Woodcraft thing? I found it on their website.
Okay.
I don't know why they wouldn't explain this in the flyer.
Okay.
Have some tools you want to sell? Looking for some great deals on used tools? Either way, come to the tool swap, reserve a seller spot, and bring your hand tools, machinery and materials to sell in our parking lot. $20 reserves your spot. A limited number of tables are available. First come, first served. So maybe it just comes down to the fact that they've already got all the tables they need. But it feels like that should have been in there.
And what day is it? Saturday or Sunday?
Sunday. And
so
they got the day right on the website.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Anyway.
And is it only in St. Louis, or is it kind of cross?
I just checked the St. Louis one.
Okay.
So
I'm curious.
Every store, I think, does things a little bit differently.
They do.
So you have to check your local store.
So if you have a Woodcraft and you want something like that, you should tell them.
But a lot of them do these things.
Yeah.
They just check their schedule.
Yeah. That'd be kind of fun. My Uncle Tom, who is really into antiques, has a lot of antique tools, like old planes.
He brought that one thing over to our house that one time, and he's like, "You know what this is?" And I said, "No, I do not." But it looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Liquid Rock said, Mark definitely wore skinny jeans. Mark definitely did not wear skinny jeans. He wore those...
What, last night?
No.
Or just in general?
Just in general, when you were cool.
No.
We
were of a generation.
We were,
skinny jeans were not for us.
We had the J. What were they?
Jankos.
They're huge.
Yeah, like
the bottoms were like this big.
I didn't go that far, but I definitely wore baggy pants, baggy jeans. That was.
You told me. Can I tell the story?
Well, you should really ask the question with some kind of context, because I don't know what the story is, Nicole.
About the belt and the nerve pain.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's fine. It's an assumption. I don't know that it's true, but there was an assumption.
So as we would drive, I would pat Mark's leg sometimes, and he's like, stop. I got nerve pain right there. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, I wore my baggy jeans so low that I would tighten my belt so much that I think
your pants wouldn't fall off.
So I think I gave myself nerve damage in that leg.
That's what the doctor said. I believe him. It's fine. Yeah, this is in my 20s though, when that was revealed.
So we met. How was it? Were we 25? I was 25 when I met you, maybe.
Yeah, something like that.
Or maybe I was 27. I don't even remember. It was 2000, 1999.
Yeah.
Or 2000. 25 years, hon.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
I just went to the current questions.
Yeah, that's fine.
You were way back.
Yeah. Well, I also have like my favorites right here that I've been...
See, so who said someone... So you just skipped. I was going to make a comment.
Yeah.
Stumptown's got it.
Stumptown.
He said Mark wasn't emo. He was Pennywise in Bad Religion.
There you go.
He's got it. I was definitely more punk rock than emo.
He was definitely.
I wasn't like a rave person.
Pennywise, Buck-09.
I was a drummer that had very mixed feelings about performing.
Man, I could show you some
I
photos.
loved performing.
Him in a band.
But I loved hiding behind 3 or 4 other people
and
behind a bunch of cymbals.
Drummers.
I just wanted to be. I didn't want to be on display.
How many of you would like to hear some of his music?
No. That's never going to happen.
That might be a nice Patreon reward.
You shut your mouth right now. You just stop. You cool your jets. You stop it. You do that, and then we're going to show your Aquanet poofy hair days.
It's already out there.
Is it?
Oh man, I used to have the wings and the poof, and
those are the days.
I don't care. That's who I was at that period of time.
Yeah, I do.
You should have embraced.
But the thing is, crappy music is crappy music, though.
Your music was not crappy.
And I was just the drummer, so you could only blame part of it on me.
So when we met, it was still the time of make people mixtapes or CDs. We made mixed CDs. So I still have his mixed CD that he made me, and it has some of his music on it. And I was like, oh, you won me over.
That's what I did.
With your Sega Dreamcast and TiVo.
Yeah, it wasn't the songs, it was the electronics. Everybody knows.
Joel said, if you can't fit a 2-liter bottle of soda in your hands pockets, what are you even doing?
Joel knows. He knows what's up.
That's a funny thing.
Sometimes you just need some soda.
So one of the rules at the factory is that
no 2-liter bottles of soda in your pockets.
Women cannot bring in a purse that is bigger than 12 inches by 10 inches by 10 inches. While the men can have like giant cargo pants and put anything they want in there.
You can have a 10 by 10 pocket. You just can't have it wrapped around a strap and over your shoulder.
David said he's been to a couple of the Woodcraft tool swaps and he's gotten a few bargains.
Well, there you go.
Well,
online is really hard these days to find good bargains. So if they're doing a tool swap, and check it out. It's at least worth stopping in, see what's going on.
Liquid Rock wants to know, does anyone know if holdfasts differ in quality significantly?
I think they can.
I will tell you, our holdfasts are the best holdfasts.
No, we don't sell holdfast.
I thought we did.
No, we don't.
What are the things that
they go on holdfast?
Oh, we have the best leather slip-ons for the holdfast.
Yeah. So yes, I do believe there is a difference because when you're talking about the way a holdfast works, it's kind of like the bendable. Is it ductile would be the right term? The nature of the material that allows it to flex just enough, and that can be impacted by the quality of the steel that's being used or the type of steel. So I don't know how much it matters, but I do know that it matters. So usually Gramercy makes some really good ones. What's the one that Chris Schwarz sells all the time? What's that brand? I forget the name. I did find one that was fairly inexpensive on Amazon a long time ago. I've got a couple of Gramercy holdfasts, and then the ones that they sell through. I'm spacing on the name, through Lost Art Press.
Oh yeah.
Shoot, I'm not going to remember. Crucible.
Yep.
So yeah, I think the good ones are worth spending the money on. But I can't really explain because I don't know the details on what makes them different, and I haven't tried them all to say like which ones to avoid. But generally speaking, talking to people who know more than I do, it can make a difference.
Let the chat room guide you.
Yeah, chat room knows what's up.
Chat room definitely knows what's up. Ollie, I love Ollie's name.
Ollie.
I'm thinking of trying to make the bar stool similar to Mark's, but using leather straps. Would that work? As well as the material.
I don't see why not. What we used...
leather kind of gives.
Yeah, but every leather woven seat has to deal with that. I don't see why it would be a problem. I don't think there'd be as... And if you want to... excuse me, if you specifically wanted to do my design, you want to make sure that the leather material is 1 inch. If it's bigger than 1
How
inch,
thick?
the spacing, I don't know. I don't know leather, and I don't know what's available. You don't want it to be super thick because you have to be able to weave it, right?
Yeah.
But the width is important because the spacing you allow depends on the how many strips you can get in there. You go some weird odd number, then you have a lot of gaps between the weave patterns. So I actually think leather would be fine. I do think leather as a natural material may wind up sagging more and giving more. I think that's what you're alluding to.
Yeah, saggy.
But there's plenty of, leather woven products out there that, might just work fine.
Nobody wants saggy leather.
You do not. But actually, sometimes things get more comfortable when they're made of leather. You want them made of leather because they're gonna sag and they're gonna kind of give over time. There's a bicycle seat that a lot of people.
Your bum.
Yeah, there's a bicycle seat that a lot of people rave about. A company called Brooks that makes them out of leather, and they're really uncomfortable until you use them for a while, and it conforms to your butt bones and stuff.
Cool story, bro. Todd says, roadie support level on Patreon. Get to hear some music.
No, Todd, I'll play it for you the next time you're here, but you're on the inside. It's a little bit of a different thing there. I can't play it because of copyright, Nicole.
Oh, sure.
I don't want to get dinged on YouTube.
Yeah.
Well,
it's original music. You're not going to get dinged on YouTube.
It's original music from a band in the early 2000s and the late 90s, a college band in Lawrenceville, New Jersey. So,
what were some of the venues you played? You think they're still around?
I played at the Stone Pony.
Oh.
Yeah, like on a Tuesday night.
Yeah?
The best
Is that
night.
when the guy from Ween showed up?
No, that was at John and Peter's in New Hope, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Yeah, that was when the guy...
Did he come up and sing with you? Mm-hmm. What?
Yeah. Because we played a cover of one of their songs.
Voodoo Lady?
And we were playing the cover, and our singer sucked. So
wasn't
the guy was there.
Yeah.
And we're like, all right, let's do it. And he came up and sang with us.
He came up and sang Voodoo Lady with you.
Yes.
In the time of no recordings.
Yeah, nobody got that.
Nobody got that.
I could just be lying. It is Tell a Lie Day, Nicole.
He's not telling a lie. He's told me this story before. It's true.
That was like the peak of my drumming career.
Yeah. And
it was
tell me
awesome.
the name of your band again.
Why?
Because I know they want to know.
Nobody cares.
Yes, they do.
It was called Friends of Gordon.
Friends of Gordon. Because I always thought of Gordon Fish Sticks.
Gordon Fish Sticks. I didn't name the band. It's a bunch of like...
His legs over here are tapping because he's kind of uncomfortable.
It's a bunch of like stoner college guys that named the band. I wasn't one of them. I was just the sober drummer. But
hey, you come here for the woodworking. You
stay for the stupid music stories.
Jesus wants to know, have we been to the pageant or the Del Mar Hall yet? I have yet to been to Del Mar Hall, but I have been to the pageant. I went to see RuPaul with your brother there. I always know him as RuPaul.
Sure.
What's his real name?
No, I don't know.
Well, anyway, he wrote a book.
I think everyone else also knows him as RuPaul.
Yeah. So that's where I went to the pageant. We accidentally thought it was at the factory. So Mark's brother and I were just kind of like, wow, it's kind of empty. And we were like, and then I was like, oh God, I think we're at the
wrong place.
Went to the wrong place.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have been to the pageant. Gary said, I took a David Marks class. He is a genuinely good guy.
He is. David's the best.
He really is. And he does one-on-one classes. So if you would ever like to really work with a master one-on-one, go to DJ Marks and you'll find out how to do that. Alex said, Mark will redo everything. This is in response to Tommaso's question with the domino and the CNC.
Here's how I do it now. Boop. Yeah, I like it.
Well, I mean, it is an interesting idea because, I mean...
Well, part of the problem is...
If you're a hobbyist, you work one way. If you are truly making furniture to sell and make a living, you work a different way. Mm-hmm. It just...
But yeah, now that the tech, though, has broken that barrier in terms of using like domino and CNC, you would say, oh, that's the territory of a pro. Not necessarily.
Right.
Hobbyists have money and they buy what they want and use what they want, right? So.
Right. Matt Mays, any plans to offer digital files to purchase, templates for people with CNC or Shaper Origins? We get this question a lot.
We did in the past, and it really was a pain in my butt.
It's not fun.
I'm gonna be honest with you here. A lot of people buying CNCs and specifically the Shaper Origin don't know what they're buying. I mean that in the kindest way possible, in the sense that it's not just a plug and play, push a button and get a set of files. Like, you have to know how to manipulate files. And I think that's one of the big responsibilities with CNC is there's a computer digital programming side of things that you should learn and be fairly well versed in. And what happened was we would provide these files and a lot of people would have trouble with the format that we provide, or they couldn't just plug them in and go, right? So when you have these vector files and you want to get them into a format that the Shaper Origin understands, that is a process. And what winds up happening is we then have to warranty these files for people who don't know what they're doing. And that's really hard to do. And I don't enjoy that process.
Alex. I'm watching you, Alex.
But seriously, and that's the thing, Shaper Origin has opened the door to a lot of woodworkers for the potential of CNC and what it can do. But it is restrictive, and it is also requiring certain things of the files. It's not as universal as the file sets you might use for regular CNC.
Right. It's not plug and play.
I mean, sometimes it is, and that's what the expectation is. Like, if you go to the files they produce, or you have someone who has a vetted Shaper Origin friendly file, great. But here's the thing. I was using the Shaper Origin recently, and I couldn't get it to make the templates I needed it to make. I had a horrible time.
Our friend Matt tried to use the scanning tool.
Oh, he was having some trouble with that too.
He just was mad. He was just a very mad person about it.
So I
was like, I could use my Glowforge for you.
That's what I wound up doing with my templates. Yeah. I cut them on the Glowforge. So that's the reason why we don't do it, is because I don't want the headache. I just don't want the headache of people who buy these things and then have trouble using them. Now, that said, if I have a CNC file, if I have a vector file of any kind, whether it works on Shaper or not, and I have it, you email me if you own that course. I will just send it to you. I'm not going to sell it to you.
You have to own the course.
Yeah.
And it's one at a time.
Don't
ask for all of them.
It's the selling of the file that makes the relationship such that I have to help you if you have a problem.
Yeah.
But if I have a file that I verified, I know it's good, we cut our templates using it, and I give it to you and you don't know what to do with it, I'm just going to be...
It's like doctors giving free advice. They're not liable.
yeah, exactly. But seriously, if you don't spend the money, then no harm done.
Yeah.
You try to figure it out or find someone who can help you figure it out, because I'm not that well versed in CNC either. I'm one of the problem people, but I'm not going to go and, Anyway, point is, we'll try and give you a file if we have one.
Yeah.
I won't sell it to you, though.
Again, Nicole@thewoodwhisperer.com, and I'll help you out. If you send email to him, which it's actually... only Guild Plus people can do that now, unless you have his email, which, whatever.
A lot of people do.
It's
not a secret.
It's not a secret. But if you want anything done, whether it be getting on a call with Mark, working with a product with Mark, talk to me. I'm the gatekeeper.
Yep. Although I do have consultations. I have a consultation today.
Oh, yeah.
You could buy consultations. If you really want to spend time digging into a thing, don't make it a CNC file thing, because we're not going to get very far.
If you go to twwstore.com, there's a consultation button that you can...
you can book some time with me.
You can book some time with Mark.
Yeah.
One final question. We've gone a little... We always tend to go a little long. But I'm impressed that we had, even without an email, 230 some odd people.
You do a regular weekly show.
Yeah.
People know what's coming.
Yeah, it's coming.
They're prepared. They're all flinching ahead of time.
My BFF, Greg Batt, who helps me out with our watch-alongs.
Yeah, Greg's the man.
He is the man.
What just happened?
Oh.
Okay, that was weird.
We're pausing.
I think we went too long.
Did we?
I don't know what happened. Hold on. I might be able to fix it. I also might not. See if it goes back. Okay, the audio is still working though, so don't say anything bad. There we go.
Okay, that is I don't like that camera.
Well, hey, the show went longer than it was supposed to. Sorry about that.
It got all weird too.
I know, it just reset.
You can
Here, watch it.
Okay, all right. I'll recall. Okay. Poor Greg's like, oh, they were getting ready to see my question.
It's a new thing.
It's
not permanent.
All right. Setting up a potato sack on the saw stop. Should I use the washer if it limits how much of the nut can engage?
It's up to you, Greg. As long as you get enough of the threads biting, I've used a full 3/4 inch and just the nut to get like extra purchase, right, on the threads. And on some stacks, it doesn't distribute the pressure enough. And I find that my pieces are moving a little bit too much so that the teeth, when I tighten it down, the teeth want to grab each other. I don't like when that happens, right? You can get chipped carbide that way. So I do like to use the washer, and I find with a 3/4 inch stack and the washer plus the nut, I get just enough grab that I'm comfortable doing that. You got to make that decision for yourself, but I do it all the time, and I've never had any issues with it. This is a product that a lot of people make fun of, but there is a woodpecker's solution to this problem with their dado nut. If you wanted to get the advantages of having the washer and the nut as well, it's all in one unit, and you can use that with your dado stack if you want to blow a little bit of cash on a solution.
Jason, you knew we weren't in the shop. We have fiber here at the house. And
I think he's kidding.
Yeah, I know he's kidding. But
somebody came to the shop today there's a big coil of fiber on the outside of the building, and I think they just kind of finalized the connection to the box. I think I have one more appointment when the guy comes in, runs the line up, in, and to the modem, and then we have fiber. The thing is,
I kind of like doing the show
here. I think we like it better here.
I kind of do.
Because I drop off Ava at school. I can go grab some coffees. We come back. We get the show done an hour earlier.
Yeah.
And then I could leave here and go to work.
Yeah.
And I actually think... See, the thing is, this show is a real pain in my butt to set up. With the camera, the laptops, and all that stuff.
Well, and it's on your workbench,
and it's on my workbench, which usually has stuff on it. So that weekly routine was really getting on my nerves.
Yeah.
The only people bothered by this are our kids, because it's in their playroom.
Well, and they kind of like it too, because Mateo started making movies.
Yeah, he made a couple videos.
Made
some
videos.
For now, this is a ridiculous setup in our own home, but I think this is where we're going to stay for a little bit. It's just easy.
Yeah.
And
I'm going to try to fix the green screen.
And we don't do much on this show that requires us to actually be in the shop, right?
Right. No.
So the green screen was just a temporary holdover. Mm-hmm. But if you guys, I mean, who cares? It's just the background.
Yeah. So.
I like it.
Yeah. We just like to hang out.
Oh, they miss seeing Oreo, right? Well, here's the thing. This season... This is this time of year, I don't touch that cat.
He's full of ticks.
We give him all the proper treatments. He goes to the vet. He gets all his stuff.
He just has them crawling on him, and then they crawl on me.
I don't want to touch that cat.
I was driving the other day, and I felt just a little something. I go, oh, and I'm driving, and thankfully I stopped, and I'm like.
You were like, where's my I Love My Wood Whisperer necklace? It's missing. Is that what you were doing?
No, I just felt the tick.
Yeah.
And so I was like, there he is. And I was like trying to get him off and throw him out the window before the light changed. So
Dennis says what you're doing now for the show is great. Well, thank you, Dennis. We figure you guys won't notice the difference, right? Who cares? It's just, I just can't grab something from the wall because there is no wall.
But you can bring in stuff.
I can bring stuff in.
Especially if you ask the questions beforehand.
Quick question. Does anybody notice anything different with the video quality? I did this test with this new camera just because I wanted to see if it looked any better. It looks better to me. Yeah. I'm just not sure if you guys notice a difference or if that goes along the lines of like, nobody cares.
So here's the thing. I don't have 20/20 vision anymore.
Yeah. Well, I'm not asking you.
Okay.
I'm asking them for their opinions.
During the concert, I'm putting my glasses on, and I'm seeing them, and then I'm taking them off, and I'm putting them on.
Todd's actually got useful information here. A machinist tell him that before, if you get 3 full turns on the threads, you have the full strength of the bolt nut purchase. Todd, I don't think I get 3 full turns when I do the nut and the washer.
How many turns did you get?
I don't know. I don't think it's 3 full, but again, it's a risk reward sort of situation, right?
Yeah.
If you get enough and it works, do you need the full strength? But we're talking about a table saw here. We probably should not screw around with that.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just buy the stupid woodpecker's dado nut.
Yeah.
And then all my friends will make fun of me.
Mark said the quality is much better than last week's show.
The color is a me problem. I got 2 different lights with 2 different colors in them.
And that's why Jason's saying this. The color seems a little.
Yeah, if we're going to do this more permanently, I can get a lighting situation in here that is far better than what we have right now.
Yeah.
I'll fix that.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Hey.
Well, that's a show.
It's a show. It's
Let's
Friday.
go.
Enjoy your Friday. Go lie to somebody. I don't know. Or have some ramen.
Yeah. Hey,
Pick
Nicole.
her shoes.
You want to go with me and go rub some Bengay on her hurting parts?
Man, my feet and my knees. Honestly, yes.
I'll tell you what.
I saw you got the CBD
well, for my calf, yeah.
lotion out.
Yeah.
So.
And the other problem is, especially when you exercise as much as I do at my age, everything hurts all the time.
Yeah,
and it's a good pain most of the time because you're exercising and you're doing stuff. But I'm in a constant state of something is not comfortable. It's just the way I live now.
Can you believe I'm a year older than him?
I know. I'm falling apart. That's why I have to work out so much.
Oh, Kizzy's in the chat. Kizzy, I meant to ask you. You had won a guild project, and I don't think I ever heard from you. I was going through my list, and I was verifying with everyone, and you were the only one I did not verify. So I don't know. If you don't want it, that's okay. I just wanted to, I saw you just showed up in the chat room. Email me, nicole@thewoodwhisperer.com, if you want that guild project and a month of Guild Plus, because you want it. And you're my only one that I haven't verified. So, okay. And I was like, I don't think I have Kizzy's email. So, all right. There you go.
All right, I got to go pee. Okay?
Thanks for letting us know.
All right. See ya. I'm going to go pee.